but my ping is freaking out, so I can't do anything about it. Well, contrary to what I just said, I just killed him. But I don't have any experience with this guy. Hey guys, what is up? It is Eggs for Life, back at it again for his Tank Battles War Thunder Episode 3. Let's get into the game. Okay guys, so we're back into the battles again on the Poland map, alright? So we're going to get into our BT7 and start rolling as fast as we can. Now one thing to note with this episode is that my internet connection is not being reliable. If you'll notice down in the bottom left, even though you can't because my screen resolution is different to the recording resolution, I have a ping right now of 500. So hopefully that will die down back into below 400s in a sec. Now this is bad because this is going to give me a huge disadvantage in the game. So you'll notice right now that my tank is just moving about and glitching so that I can't into a decent area. So this guy's obviously already seen me. So we're going to try and go along with this guy to secretly get to the A point. Not the 8 point, the A point. I don't know what he's even trying to do there. But hopefully it works. You know what, change of plans, we're not going to follow him. It doesn't seem like he's very good. So it seems like my plan to secretly get to the A point before the red team has failed. Since it hasn't been captured yet, it seems like we're at a bit of a standoff. Now I don't want to get caught in a crossfire, so I'm just going to stay to the sidelines to get anyone who tries to overextend. Like this guy. You know what, he's already been dealt with, so stick to my plan for not getting killed. We are going to try and attack this guy because he's attacking us. So hopefully he doesn't deal us too much damage. But it looks like I've done a critical hit and he can't do too much. So we're going to be able to do a bit of damage and maybe kill him like we just did. So learning from the past, it seems like many people are over here. You know what, maybe it's not always great to just head straight on into armored tanks. But I am going to deal with this T-50 that's over here. I don't know what it's doing there, just standing in the middle of the battlefield, especially from the side on. The T-50 is quite vulnerable. Although I'm not going to try and act like an expert on this thing, because I just got killed with the BT for a super risky move that I shouldn't have even been taking in the first place. But on the bright side, we just got 3 freaking kills. That's awesome. But anyway, it seems like my ping is freaking out. So I'm going to try and play it safe until it dies down back into the under 400s. Except for maybe now, because it seems like I'm about to die. You also seem to be on fire. I don't know if that's the problem. Being on fire generally is pretty bad. Whether you're in a tank or not, I guarantee you 10 out of 10 people do not want to be on fire. This is bad. But at least now I've got a pretty good vantage point for any tanks that think they were better than they actually are. You know what, I'm doing the mistake that guy over there that I just killed made. Don't engage from the side in a T-50. Engage, head on. It's actually not quite a good idea. I'm going to try and duck away into this courtyard. But it seems like he missed, so all is well. All's well and ends well. It seems like this guy doesn't even know we're here. But my ping is freaking out, so I can't do anything about it. Well, contrary to what I just said, I just killed him. But I don't have any experience with this guy over here. But it looks like we got him anyway. I think it's weird how that tank was a two-person tank. So now we've got this tank over here as well as one over here based on the gunfire which we can see. So we're going to try and deal with him before he's... So he is preparing just to get from us from the side. So notice he's going to creep over. I would be worried about that if there weren't enemy aircraft shooting on us. It looks like what I just said he was doing wasn't actually true. Because I just proved myself wrong when he backed up. Anyway, we just got a BT-7 kill, which is great. It's absolutely great. But we also have a Stug over here. And I can tell you, I've never dealt with that. It's a new tank, I've never seen it before. So I can't tell you much about it. So we're going to try and stay out of his line of fire. Maybe until we're prepared. But we are going to try and get this M4 kill over here and boom! That's a kill. So now we're going to aim our gun over here so that we don't have to pre-aim it. We're just gonna get a hit. It's good enough. Just so he knows that we're there now. We're going to try and defend our guy over here. So it seems like we can deal with this guy over here. Critical hit. He's gonna stay where he is, maybe. I think he knows we're here now. He's ducked behind cover so that he doesn't have to deal with us again. I'm gonna try and get this Hargo. Target destroyed. Okay, so from my initial impressions of the Hargo, it seems like an extremely weak tank. See, either that or my shots are impeccable. But we all know that's not true because based on my first tank, which I died in, my shots aren't always impeccable. So we're going to try and get them from around the flank if we don't get killed by this BT-7, which is I think we're going to die here. We're going to die here. So is he. But we're going to as well. Because that's a tank destroyer. But no, oh it isn't. The tank destroyer's the tank destroyer. That's got to be great for someone's reputation. What's also great is the amount of force that we're being met with. See, we're being shot by this guy over here. We're just going to keep our sights on him. Maybe. Although I would say I'm drifting too far away, we're going to try and get this plane. So we're going to try and deal with this tank which I saw before by getting him on the flank. But it seems like our A point is being met with quite a bit of backlash. Now it's always dangerous going out here. And yes, and maybe too dangerous, so we're going to try and get behind some cover before we're killed. I think we're too late. We were too late, but oh! What do I see? 1 aircraft kill and 10 tank kills. That's got to get us on first. Anyway, that has been Eggs for Life for War Thunder Tank Battles number 3. Tune in next time.